Hello everyone, today we're going to be opening a random assortment of Pokemon packs. This is going to be a much more laid back video, so sit back, relax, and let's hang out. Please also subscribe if you feel so inclined to, so that you can get more of my content. It's a nice opening. Fusion Strike, I remember when it first came out, it wasn't that big on the set. I think a lot of people really aren't that big on the set. But now I think people really want that Gengar alt art. I can't really blame them, it's a really nice card. Personally, I really like that Genesect. I'm really big on Genesect. I've always been. I think it's one of the coolest Pokemon. It reminds me of Mewtwo. I think Mewtwo's probably a little bit cooler, but Genesect's pretty cool too. Gengar is a really cool Pokemon. I actually recently opened a bunch of 151 packs. Reminded me how much I do love Gen 1. I guess Gen 1 still is my favorite generation. Probably because I grew up watching the original Pokemon anime. Even though I grew up around when Ruby and Sapphire came out, and Ruby and Sapphire were my first Pokemon games. And we're coming up on a Greninja V-Star. Greninja V, my bad. I watched a lot of the original anime, and I guess that influenced my love for Gen 1 Pokemon. I still hold Gen 1 through 4 very dearly in my heart. Gen 5 too. I think a lot of people dislike Gen 5, but I think Gen 5 is pretty cool. Yeah, there's a couple Pokemon that really are not the greatest designs. Like, I think Vanillix and Klinklang aren't the coolest, but you know, there's Reshiram, Zekrom. Actually, really do love Tornadus, Thundurus, and Landorus too. Terrakion. There's a lot of legendaries in that generation that I really liked. So, it wasn't one of my favorite gens, but I don't think I disliked it as much as other people did. X and Y, I have mixed feelings for, I guess. I think most of the newer Pokemon in X and Y weren't that great. I think there were some cool ones, but for the most part, I don't really care for most of them. I do like Mega Evolution, though, which I think a lot of people didn't like. That's when I started playing Pokemon competitively. I think if anyone's ever seen False Swipe Gaming, I think they came around the time when X and Y first came out, and I just became obsessed with watching their videos, and that inspired me to start playing Pokemon competitively. Even though they mainly cover singles, I used to play doubles because doubles was the VGC. If you don't know, VGC is the official Pokemon video game tournament, and they play in doubles, meaning that you can make a team of 6 Pokemon, but you can only elect 4 to come with you. And there are 2 Pokemon from your team on the field at all times. Doubles is really fun. It's all about building a very good, solid core team. And I've put a lot of shenanigans back in the day. I like using unconventional Pokemon like Kabutops and trying to make them work. It's a really fun time. I actually miss playing competitive a lot. I thought about picking it up again when Scarlet and Violet came out, but I just never did. As for Gen 7, I wasn't the biggest fan of Z-moves. I think Z-moves were kind of a step in the wrong direction for me. I mean, I just think there were... I guess when it came down to Mega Evolutions, like, yes, it was kind of unfair because you can only, everybody wanted to use like either Mega Kangaskhan, or like there were certain Megas that, you know, everyone used, but I didn't really mind that much. I thought the Megas were pretty cool. Z-moves, I felt they were way too unpredictable. It wasn't as fun. I think I do like the Alolan forms of Pokemon. I think that was really cool. I like that they continued that through the Galar region and the Hisuian forms, and then the what are they in Scarlet and Violet? I guess they're not really like regional variants anymore. It's more like the Paradox Pokemon and the like Toadstool, tentacle variations. They're pretty cool. I like the idea of putting a spin on Pokemon. I think it's a really cool idea. And I'm glad Game Freak didn't completely scrap that from after X and Y. As of late, I've been thinking about what I want to do with this channel, besides just doing Pokemon card openings. I was thinking of different sort of videos that I want to shoot that don't just involve opening cards. I was thinking doing some sort of historical videos for collectors, going through different sets and seeing what the best cards of the sets are, how the prices have changed over time, that kind of stuff. Of course, starting with base set and going until probably Sun and Moon, maybe even Sword and Shield. I think it'd be a really fun series to do on the channel. I also want some feedback from you guys. Yeah, I'd like to know what kind of content you guys would like to see. I enjoy doing these openings, of course, but I think it'd be fun to do other videos too. So I'm giving it some thought. I do live in New York City, so there's plenty of opportunities to go around and visit card shops and do all kinds of fun stuff. I think anything I do on this channel will have to be either Pokemon or maybe One Piece card related, since I think that's what the bulk of the channel is going to be about, is just Pokemon cards and One Piece cards. It's just me talking about the hobby, my opinions on it, what I enjoy about it. So we haven't been doing too hot so far. I think the only big hit we've gotten is the Greninja V. Not the worst thing in the world, but we're like, I want to say 5 or 6 packs in now. And nothing big. That's okay. I'm just having fun chatting with you. Y'all watching, listening. I appreciate you guys. Let me know, should I get back to competitive Pokemon? I've been thinking about it. I think it's so much fun. Pokemon Showdown was a lot of fun too. I haven't played Pokemon Showdown in forever, so maybe I'll dip my toes in by doing some of that. Maybe I'll post some of that on this channel. What do you think of that? Watching me play some Pokemon Showdown. Pretty fun. I think everybody goes through like that time period where you kind of we let go of the things you liked as a kid. For me, that was kind of during high school. I put Pokemon to the back burner. I did not touch it for a long time. I think halfway through high school I had like a mini reawakening, and I was like, oh shoot, Pokemon cards are actually pretty cool. And for a little bit of time I started to collect. I only opened like one tin, so I can't even say like I collected a lot. I opened like one tin, I think it was a Pikachu EX tin, and I also bought a couple of EXs, which I should have bought a lot more because they were very cheap. I bought one for like $1 or something. It was a Scyther EX from, I think, Ruby and Sapphire, I want to say. Maybe EX Sandstorm. Can't remember, but I definitely should have taken advantage of that and bought them in bulk back then. I guess that a lot of us didn't anticipate that huge boom in the market in 2020 when COVID hit. Ooh, and we got a Zekrom Trainer Gallery. It's pretty cool. That's a nice card. It's interesting to me that they chose to have handwriting because and we have a second hit, Whimsicott V. That is pretty cool too. Yeah, that full art is so nice. But yeah. It's interesting that they have N writing on Zekrom instead of Reshiram. I always thought that canonically it was N in Reshiram, because I think even in the Pokemon shorts they usually have that rather than N being with Zekrom. I think this is our last pack, so Let's see if we can. Actually, we might have another pack of Brilliant Stars after this one, but let's see if we can get some good. It's nice to chat with you guys, though. I like sharing my thoughts with you. I hope you enjoy listening to them, alongside with this nice music in the background. Right now, I'm currently trying to complete my binder collection. So for me, I tend to collect a couple of things, I guess. I collect vintage cards in my binder that aren't in the best shape. So I'm trying to complete all the vintage sets from base set to, I think, probably Legendary Collection, which is the last set of black and white. That's what I grew up with. I think X&Y is, I wouldn't really count that. I mean, it is vintage, and I'm interested in getting some of the EXs, but I think I'd rather get those as like PSA graded cards and have them in a binder. I think the totality of the set isn't as cool, you know? So I think I'm more for the binders, I'm interested in collecting vintage from base set all the way to black and white. When it comes to my graded card collection, I'm kind of open to collecting just cards that I find cool, I guess. So cards that I really love, I want to get them graded. They don't have to be PSA 10 because I'm not really that big on getting perfect 10 for everything. Don't care if it's a 9 or 8 or whatever, I just like the artwork. And I don't really care that much about having sealed product. I think maybe I would like to keep some vintage packs sealed, only if I don't know if I could handle that though, honestly, having a vintage pack and not opening it. It's just too much of a tease, you know? Corefish. Golette. Water Energy. Fracture. Dusclops. Starmie. Reverse is a Prinplup. And an Electivire regular rare. Well, it's not the best way to end the video, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I had a great time talking and telling you guys a little bit more about myself. I hope you guys enjoyed listening, and I hope you tune in for the next Pokemon and Chill. This was a lot of fun. I'm definitely gonna do this again. But as always, please subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.